go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
Good Thursday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks on a nice, cool Thursday morning. I am your host, Tom Schmidt, live from the palatial studios of WOCA Radio, just outside the food court. Look at me, I almost said it. Just off the runway at the Ocala International Airport in the Brick City, beautiful Ocala, Florida. Galen Udall from Life South joins us. Thanks to good folks at Palm Garden and Penn Flooring. We'd like to thank Palm Garden and Just Ship. We'd like to thank Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street. They offer skilled nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions, call Palm Gardens at 352-854-6262. That's 352-854-6262. Hey, Just Shipped has flipped the rules in shipping. You don't have to package it up. You don't have to box it up. You don't have to go stand in line. Just Ship does all that for you. They'll come get your item. They'll box it up. They'll package it up. They'll ship it out. All you do is pay a small pickup fee and the shipping fee, and the headache of going and wasting 2 hours of your day standing in line at the post office is no longer. Go to justshipped.net. JustShip.net for more info. And Penn Flooring, they're a full-service flooring company that has been family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. They do both commercial and residential flooring. Go visit them in their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street or give them a call at 352-351-3420. Again, that's 352-351-3420. On the phone lines with us this morning, Galen Udall joins us. Galen, big controversy at the Olympics that I bet you know nothing about. You there? Galen, you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Big controversy at the Olympics, and I bet you have no idea about it.
Probably not. What's going on?
Well, there's it's something that's very controversial to our area because, you know, we do a lot of hunter-jumper stuff here with the horse shows and all around Marion County. On the Olympic course during the horse jumping events, during the eventing, the Grand Prix, at one of the jumps is a life-sized sumo-like doll. It's like a mannequin, but it's made in the shape and size of a sumo wrestler with its backside facing the horses and riders as they come around a turn to the jump. It has caused no less than 5 horses to freeze and freak out. They come around the turn, they see a big sumo ass, and they're like, "Oh!" Why?
Yeah.
I don't understand why you would even put that on the course. I know it's Japanese culture
wouldn't
and everything.
You do that?
You know, I don't know if is it really a sumo wrestler or is it a fan from out of the... Oh, they don't have fans in the stands this year. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, I watched it last night. I watched 2 horses come to a complete halt right in front of the gate they were supposed to be jumping.
Yeah, and these are Olympic horses and riders. I mean, this is the epitome. This is the epitome of their sport.
Best
right?
of the best.
So, wow. Yeah.
And they're getting
that's interesting.
And they're getting deductions because their horse aren't doing the actual jumps, and the riders are like, "Look, the horse thinks there's a big sumo wrestler standing in the middle of the event." They're freaking out.
Yeah.
There's always some controversy.
Well, they put a lot of thought into those jumps and stuff, right? I mean, that's not something you just do willy-nilly. That's interesting.
No, and there's geisha. There's actual mannequin geishas on the track and everything. None of them are causing the issues that the sumo wrestlers causing.
Huh.
But I'd be a little disconcerted too if I'm a horse and I round the corner and there's a 500 something looks 500 pounds showing me the moons over Miami. I don't know what's going on. As a horse, I'd be freaking out too.
I completely agree with you there. turning the corner and seeing the sumo wrestler, I'm coming to a complete stop as well.
Yeah,
Questioning my
100%.
decision up into that value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, it's almost you would stop and go, okay, I'm not hungover. I think I have memory. Am I in like the Hangover movie? What's going on here?
Yeah, that's correct.
But yeah, it's actually made the national news this morning. It was on ESPN and Fox Sports 1. Both of their highlight shows talked about the sumo wrestler that is not really a sumo wrestler, but he's causing the horses to think he is and causing a bunch. And there's no plans, according to the Japanese contingent, there's no plans to remove him from the course.
Well, not at this point, right? I mean, they said it would give it.
Yeah, they said it would give an advantage to people that have not run the track yet. So they're not good. No plans to remove it. Later on today, I will talk to Louisa Barton. She is the equine engagement specialist for the CEP. We're going to talk about the sale of the Ocala Jockey Club, but I'm going to have to ask her about the sumo wrestler too. We report everything around here, Galen. Sumo wrestlers on the course.
Yeah, I think well, it's a big deal here, right? I mean, we know what the OEC is bringing to the community, and and all that it, the equestrian center. It's pretty incredible.
Yeah, the WEC is a pretty incredible place, and now it looks like they bought the Jockey Club. We'll have more on that today.
Yeah,
we'll have more on that today. Let me ask you something, Galen. Are you with the money that you've made, with the millions and millions of dollars you've made in your lifetime, in all the endeavors you've done? Are you a rental owner? Do you own any rental property?
No, and I there was a time I did, and then that didn't work out well. But yeah, because right now you're taking it back. Why should I pay my mortgage? Well, why should anybody pay anything at this point?
You're getting beat up pretty good if you're a rental owner. I was watching a story this morning. A man has lost. He's losing about $20,000 a month in unpaid rent. They just gave another moratorium, but he lives here in Florida, and 2 of the air conditioning units in 2 of the places he has rental units have torn up this summer. He's had to replace them to the tune of $9,000, and he's required to do that by law, although he's not getting any rent back right now because of the moratorium on rent. Yeah, so he what do you say to people who they've decided that their investment, their retirement investment is going to be rental properties, and now they hadn't got any rent in like the last 18 months?
Well,
Did we lose Galen?
Sounding like, look at me. No, I'm still here.
There you are.
I don't know. Can you hear me? All right. It's one of these ideas that sounds all grandiose, and it's like, look at me, giving it a little guy, but it really hurts everybody. Nothing in this world is free, and the problem with it is it's not like the landlord, they can't extend the lease, they can't even remove them. So if their lease runs out, they can't even kick them out.
They cannot.
So it's a real problem, and it's one of those things you make the decision, but the people who in Congress who made this decision don't really understand the long-term impact. And again,
didn't the CDC overstep their bounds really and make this decision without the power to do so?
Hold on. They do have the power. When they went into the CARES Act gives, and I talked about this, and people literally said, "Oh, you're wrong about that. It's crazy." The CARES Act literally gives policing power to the CDC.
Wow.
They have the power to go in and arrest you. They have the ability to shut businesses down. They have the absolute authority for this. And again, the way we've handled this pandemic is wrong on nearly every single level. I don't think there's other than the vaccine being rushed through. And now they're questioning the validity of the vaccine, right? I mean, we're still expected to mask now, and all this other stuff, even if you're vaccinated. So I don't know what the point of that is. But you go through all this, and every decision we've made has been the wrong one. Inflation, businesses shut down. It's just what we've done. Now you can't even open a business if you want to because you can't find anybody who will work for you because they keep sending out these stimulus checks.
And here's the thing: when you said the small guy that's renting the house and all, a lot of times the guy that's renting the house to you or the girl that's renting the house to you, they only have one or two rental properties. They're a mom and pop operation too, that are about to lose these homes to foreclosure because they can't pay the mortgage that usually is covered by the rent that they take in.
Yeah, and not all of them are available for the PP loans or what PPP loans.
Right.
And again, it's a terrible decision. We're getting closer and closer, but you do understand this is socialism. Right? At its bare bones, this is just socialism. Why should anybody have to pay for rent? Every house should look exactly the same. We should all live in tenement buildings that look exactly the same. So if I work harder than you, that doesn't matter.
Wait, hold on. This isn't Russia, is it?
This isn't
Russia, is it?
It's getting closer and closer every day. I mean, they don't want the. I was raised in a household that was all about you just work hard, right? I mean, my mom was a daughter of a sharecropper. She grew up in a house that didn't have a full floor, right? And it's never about equal outcomes. It was always about equal opportunity. That's all most people want. Is just give me the same
shot.
Opportunity.
Just give me the shot.
And what I mean by opportunity, I need to have a school that's equal, right? I need to have the opportunity to be educated. Now, I myself might not take advantage of it, right?
But the opportunity's there.
I deserve that opportunity.
Certainly.
Yeah, and that's I think that's all anybody can expect. But this whole thing that, well, all right, well, it's what they're trying to do with Bright Futures is completely wacky. I don't care who you are. You set parameters there, and Bright Futures, by its definition, is supposed to take care of the brightest amongst our youth and ensure that their education can go forward. Everybody has the opportunity to qualify for Bright Futures. Does it take hard work? Absolutely.
100% it does.
But you can do that, and when you do, you can get a tuition-free to any state institution in Florida. And my sons are both taking advantage of that. They worked for that.
You know what we can't do for free, though? Do a radio show. So we need to take a break so we can pay some bills. We'll be right back after this time out. You're listening to Galen Unall from Life South, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden, Just Shipped, and Penn Flooring.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Shipped offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Shipped at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talk. Thursday morning, Galen, from Life South joins us, as he does always, thanks to the good folks at Just Shipped Penn Flooring in Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Galen, we're talking about handouts that are being given in the way of rental moratoriums, eviction moratoriums, but yet when the mortgage broker comes and tells the rental owner, hey, you're defaulting on your mortgage, we're fixing to foreclose on your home, I mean, he or she has no recourse. The government's not bailing them out of their mortgage payments.
Again, it doesn't make sense. It's just, I'm floored by the whole thing. And I think what I'm more amazed by is the thought process, right? Somebody said, this is what we need to do. This is going to solve everybody's problem. We're going to live rent-free. Well, no, again, nothing is free.
Well, why?
But
yeah, I don't have to go to work because they're going to give me a stimulus check, and then that stimulus check I don't have to spend on rent because you can't kick me out.
Correctly. Absolutely correct. And by the way, that's happening. Life's Up, we have like 15%. We have 15% of all of our jobs that are available are open, right? I mean, they're vacant. We cannot find people. Hospitals cannot find people. And now, each one of these hospitals are like, we're going to give you a sign-on bonus, or we're going to give you a sign-on bonus and this. And so we're just driving up the cost of health insurance. We're driving up the cost of everything. And it's just amazing to me that people think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it has no end. And it does have an end, and the end is going to be very catastrophic because eventually we're going to get on the other side of this virus. Eventually they're going to stop trying to control the world. And, I don't know. We may not.
No, this is a fair. And here's what.
It is a fair question. It is a fair question.
He made two statements yesterday, right? He made two statements yesterday that, as usual, constantly contradict themselves. The first thing he said is, well, we're on the downside of this Delta variant if we follow the model that's gone through Europe and India, right? Everybody will say it's spiked and it's on its way down. Then I think somebody talked to him and said, you can't say that, because he came out 4 hours later and said, we're really going to need to really buckle down here, because there is another variant that's coming that's going to be there's no cure for. It's basically what he said. He said it's deadlier and it's more potent. And he said that 4 hours later. It's like, what? So no, what we're talking about now, Tom, is the flu. Yes, the flu kills people. The flu kills people. You look at the death rate right now for COVID, it's the equivalent of a flu.
Galen, stop. The flu doesn't exist anymore. Have you not gotten the memo?
Yeah, that's true.
Did you not get the memo?
COVID's been around a long time, people.
COVID-2 is the common cold.
Well, SARS. What they did is they just took SARS
and made it COVID
and made it and put it on steroids in a laboratory, and now we have it because they wanted to test gain of function.
Yeah.
So
wait, no. Anthony Fauci has said under oath to Congress there was no gain of function.
It's not what he said. He's again, just if you read his testimony, he's contradicted himself about 75 times. But how this guy keeps his job is beyond me.
How is this impacting?
God,
how is this new variant impacting the blood collection world?
I think it's the same way it's impacting the rest of the world, right? I mean, a lot of our hospitals are ordering convalescent plasma, which we quit collecting because there was really no need for it. The science on convalescent plasma is kind of just like everything else with this virus, is literally all over the place. Nobody agrees on anything. But we're doing okay. We're hoping, in the state of Florida, we're doing better. The state of Florida is a little better than Georgia, and Alabama's a little better than Georgia, collections-wise, because everything just about is open. We'll see how it really happens with schools start here in another couple of weeks. The good thing is in Florida, there's no masks. You know, the Florida State University announced yesterday they're not requiring their students to wear a mask, which is huge. There are no mask mandates in any of our public school systems, which, again, for the health of our children, that is the right play. 300 kids under the age of 17 have died from COVID in the last 2 years. Right? That's incredibly low.
Well,
and they all had other factors, by the way. They all had other comorbidities.
Well, by the way, I'm going to talk about a story later in the show where, the school board came out last week and at the last school board meeting and said that they're going with the mask optional idea for Marion County schools. Wait. Now they said they will take up the discussion about masks again, whether they should be optional or not, because of the high rate of COVID infections that have stricken Marion County over the last couple of weeks.
When's this meeting? I'll be there.
It'll be Tuesday, the regular school board meetings.
All right, I'll be there Tuesday.
Yeah, so they're going to take up the idea.
And again, just follow the science. Just follow the science. That's all I ask. You follow the science for all people, I'll call them people, under the age of 17 who have died from COVID. Kids get sick, unfortunately, right? People get sick. The average hospital stay right now for COVID is 3.5 days. Right? Nobody's dying from this. They're getting sick. Some are getting more sick than others. If you have the vaccine, you probably don't even know you're sick. So
do you think
what are we dealing with here?
Do you think
why are we giving up all this freedom, all of this freedom? Now we have to be 100% healthy?
Galen, you're missing the point, Galen. You're missing the point. We got to be safe. We got to save humanity. We can't go about all this freedom stuff. This freedom stuff is out the window. We're talking about 370 million Americans' lives are in danger, Galen. You have to give up your freedoms to save the United States of America. Haven't you been where have you been for the last 2 years?
I can't stand it. I've been right here screaming into the wind. You can't give up your freedom for anything.
If you give up freedom for safety, if you give up freedom for safety, nobody storms the beach at Normandy, and France is still controlled by the Nazis.
Correct. Right. By the way, influenza was spreading rapidly while they were fighting a war. Right? I mean, I'm just floored how people are just willing, and the people in charge think they're smarter than me. I'm an adult. I have a child. I can decide whether or not my child should wear a mask.
No, you can't, Galen. Galen, the government knows better than you. The government knows better than you. You're not a very good parent. The government needs to be your parent. The government's your parents now. You're no longer your children's parents. The government is.
My wife has 3 degrees from the University of Florida. She has a master's degree in science. She's pretty smart. And she doesn't agree with me on much of anything. And she believes that wearing masks for kids is an incredibly bad idea. My son comes home 3 out of the 5 days with a massive headache because he can't breathe.
Galen, stop. It's just because he's got carbon monoxide poison. It's not that big a deal. Calm down.
Yeah, COVID, I guess. Yeah.
COVID is much more deadly. Look. If you breathe in COVID for 20 minutes nonstop, or you breathe in carbon monoxide for 20 minutes nonstop, COVID's going to kill you. Carbon monoxide is just going to make you pass out. It's no big deal.
Yeah, and then he goes to basketball practice without a mask, and they just sweat all over each other and breathe on each other. And then when they get to the sidelines, they have to put a mask on.
Galen.
That's science.
You know the virus does. The basketball floor is like a hardwood table at a restaurant. It it repels the COVID virus. You can sit at a restaurant at a hardwood table with no mask on, but you can't walk around on the tile floors at that restaurant because COVID's everywhere. Same thing with a basketball court. Hardwood floor, the virus can't get on a hardwood floor. It's obvious. Hardwood has a lot to do with it. Hey, we need to take a break. We need to take a break. Galen, we got to take a break. We'll be right back.
All right, go ahead.
A wind-driven wildfire tore through a northern Sierra Nevada town of Greenville, California overnight, leaving much of the downtown area in ashes as crews brace for more destruction Thursday. The Dixie Fire, aided by bone-dry vegetation and 40-mile-an-hour winds, burnt down a gas station, hotel, and many structures in Greenville, which dates to California's gold rush era and has some buildings more than a century old. Throngs of bikers are rumbling their way toward South Dakota's Black Hills this week for the Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. 700,000 people are expected to show up in Sturgis. That's about 30 minutes northwest of Rapid City, South Dakota. USA Radio News.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA.
For the 15th